Hi, I'm Michaela Watkins, and I'm about to go get in bed with Joan Rivers. So I don't know about you, but it's the happiest day of my life, and I'm feeling good about it. My mom told me never to come to anyone's house empty-handed, so I brought a couple of gifts for her, and I'm sure she'll eviscerate me for my outfit because I am fashion blind.
Hi, I'm Joan Rivers. The name of the show is In Bed with Joan. And let's see who is coming out of my closet today. Michaela Watkins. All right. Okay. Come. How nice. All right. And you look so thin.
Oh, what?
Oh, I'm so
No.
jealous. Yes.
Thank you.
Do you
So
eat?
you.
Do you diet?
No. I cleanse every once in a while, and then I get like a horrible flu after and wonder why I did it. But other than that,
Your career is, my God, it is harder than Paul Walker's Porsche. I mean, you're in the new show that you've written, Bench, right? Mm-hmm. Trophy Wife, you're in.
yeah.
Enough Said, the movie,
Oh yeah.
which is up for Academy Award.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
And do you realize the only reason you're here is because your career is so good?
Oh, that is so nice.
I don't want to hurt
of
your
you to say.
feelings.
No, but I have to tell you something. I'm gonna wind us back a little bit. The only reason I'm here has a lot actually to do with you.
Because you did me on Saturday Night Live.
Well, yes, I did
Yeah.
do you on Saturday Night Live. Why do you remember that? Damn it.
Why do I remember that? Because everyone calls up to say, have you seen Saturday Night Live? And they're doing you. Which is a compliment. Nobody does anyone that America doesn't recognize.
That's right. But actually, the reason that you're like my spirit animal, because when I lived in Syracuse, New York, which is an armpit and a horrible, terrible shithole.
Make sure you say that, because our
Sorry.
4 viewers are from Syracuse.
Sorry. Hi, creepy guy. When I lived in Syracuse, we had like one venue where people would come and perform from the big cities. You know, it was just sort of like where they would come and feel sorry for us and be like, we'll come to your one theater and perform here. And you were one of those people. And my mom, when I was very young, too young to see your show, my mom took me to see your show, and I was like, oh, you know, like I was just like, a dirty, filthy mouthed lady. Yes, that's what I will never forget the first time I called my sister a cunt. It was like, it was like,
You know how good that makes me feel.
I just remember sitting in the back seat of the car, and I was like, you know what you are, Sarah? You're a cunt. Yes, that is exactly what you are. And my mother was like, we almost went through the windshield, and I was like, cunt, she's a cunt, she's a cunt. She's such a cunt. By the way, I was 9, so.
And is Sarah still that today?
No, she's amazing. I think that was a real turning point in her life.
How did you get from Syracuse
To
here?
your bed.
To the bed, yes. Tell us the magical story.
Well, I'm not going to bore you with it, but it was a lot of, my mother saw that, my mother was great. My mother was one of those people who she opened my world, because we lived in such a provincial little town. And so then my parents got divorced. They had a very horrible, acrimonious divorce. My mother was like, I'm going to show you, I'm going to stop being a Latin teacher, and I'm going to go get a degree in marketing. And it was like when computers were kind of happening in the 80s. And so she did, and she got a job in Boston. And I was like, bye, Syracuse. Even then I was like, I'm out of here. Losers, enjoy your hot wings. And and so my mom and I moved to Boston together. And then my mother, picked me up after I was visiting my father back in Syracuse, and she said, I'm driving you to an audition for this community show. It's a British farce, and it's for Ida, the maid, the Cockney maid. And she said, I just want you to put up or shut up, stop. And she said, if you like it, you do it, but I don't want you to be like your grandmother, who still to this day is like, I could have been an actress. So she said, just do it. And I was 15 and I got the part, and that was it. So then, boring, went to theater school, moved to New York, starved to death, was like, screw this, moved to Portland, Oregon.
Portland, Oregon.
It was actually the smartest thing I ever did.
Because?
Because when you graduate theater school, I'm sorry, I don't know, like, unless you're one of 3 gorgeous people who get on a soap, you suck. You are a terrible, terrible, terrible actor.
Right.
You played a 90-year-old in Grapes of Wrath. Yay, go get a job. What are you going to do? I mean, I didn't know the first thing about anything, and, you know, so I moved to Portland. I did a whole bunch of theater in this place where nobody who was mattered would ever see it. You know, you get good, and then when I moved to LA, I was 105, and I joined the Groundlings.
Oh, okay.
You know the Groundlings, so and they're
Groundlings are a wonderful improvisational group. Not as good as Second City, but good. No, they're wonderful.
No, she's right. No, Groundlings it's like you write sketch for yourself. That was the thing, is I wanted to start writing for myself, because you're so powerless as an actor, right?
Right,
So
right.
I did sketch there, and then some people from SNL came and saw it.
And you ended up doing, I remember, Ariana Huffington.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You had to do all the Barbara Walters.
Oh, yes.
Right.
Right.
And me.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
But I just forgot. Remember that my mom said to never come anywhere empty-handed. So do you have a sweet tooth?
Oh, yes.
Okay, good. Then you're just gonna. This is for you.
All right, okay.
Just brought you some candy.
Right, please.
Here you go.
Oh, that's very sweet.
You're welcome.
Barbara Walters would have a name for it.
Are you a maybe? Here, maybe chocolate.
It's
is
very
more-
kind. Oh, the Kardashians would love this. I will definitely bring this when I
Okay.
go to visit Kim and Chloe. And what's the other one? Lurch. The three of them. That's very sweet. Let me ask you.
Yeah.
Going back to Saturday Night Live, you just said they canned you.
Oh.
They canned you?
Well, I mean, that's
Oh,
the.
Did
That's
you know they were going to fire you?
No, and I really liked it there. I had such a good time. So, but you know, it was like my 12-year-old self was so happy to do it. But fun fact, I'm the oldest woman they ever hired. Like, even if you look at the top 10 oldest people they've ever hired on that show, there's one woman, and that's me. So I really thought that ship had sailed, and so when I got on the show, I was like, what? Is this a joke? Okay, cool. But then they hired me with someone who was like, the other new girl was like 15 years younger than me. And so I just never felt so old. But at the same time, it felt so right. It felt like such a good match. I just was like, why am I here now? I wish I was here like 5 years earlier even, 10 would have been great, but 5 would have been right in the sweet spot. So a year on that show, it's an exhausting show, and it was great. I loved the cast. I loved the writers. I loved it. I really, really loved it, and it worked for me. I didn't need to sleep, and I could just, I ran on adrenaline, and I just worked really hard. But I don't know why it was only a year, but it was a fun year.
And now you're in what second season
Of Trophy Wife, you mean?
of Trophy Wife?
Yeah, we just finished shooting our 22nd episode, so
22 episodes.
So, God willing, we come back for a second season. I love the show.
Oh.
I love it.
Do you have an input into your character? Because you play this very ditzy, witsy, crazy, into crystals and all that nonsense.
Yeah.
Did you give them that, or did they
I
give this
didn't
to
give
you?
him that. No, I hate crystals. But and anybody named Crystal. I hate strippers. No, I did not give them that, but I think there's a rhythm, the way I speak, that the writers like sort of grabbed onto as well. And you know how it is, like, what comes first, chicken or the egg? I think they wrote a really fun part. I did it the way I would do it, and then they said, okay, and then let's run with that. And so she's really filterless, which I am. She's a little ADD, which I am, and she's warm, which I like to think I am, and she doesn't finish anything she starts, which I do. So there's a lot of, and she dresses the way I wish. The way I would like to.
But you're in very good shape at the moment.
Oh, thank
You're
you.
working. You're and you're married. You got married.
Yeah,
That's great.
I did.
Yeah.
I waited.
Why did you finally know this is it?
That's the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think I had to fuck up a lot. And then I think it just came right into the zone. Like I think I just realized I wanted a good man. And,
but
he's the first Jew I ever dated.
Are you Jewish?
Uh-huh.
Michaela is not a Jewish name.
No, I have a black girl's
Miriam
name.
is a Jewish name. Miriam. How'd you get Michaela?
I know.
Your mother was a Latin teacher, which already means she's
Yes.
very smart.
Yeah.
But Michaela is Danish or Swedish?
African American.
Okay, same idea.
No, it's Russian, but like when I got hired at SNL, everybody's like, Michaela Watkins, they hired a black girl. And then they saw me and they're like, oh, get her. So, but I was supposed to be a Michael. They were hoping for a boy, so they just added an A. And then Watkins is actually derivative of, it was a Vachutinsky, and then it became Watkins, and now Watkins.
So, back to the husband.
Yeah, Jew.
Jewish.
Uh-huh.
And that's the ring.
This is the ring.
Yeah, not bad.
Not bad.
If he were Christian, I'd say terrific ring. For a Jewish man, it's nice.
Thank you.
Does his mother have a bigger ring?
His
that'll be yours
his
one
mother
day.
converted, so I think she, I
His
think,
mother converted?
yeah. His mother,
Can we get a close up of the ring?
made by Amanda Keaton. His friend made it.
It looks
Yeah.
it's nice.
Oh God, I
No,
feel
it's
like
very
I feel
nice.
Like, I
It's
feel
very nice.
I feel very at home here.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's very nice. It's
You know
nice.
what? This is like
I can't lie to you.
1/9 the size of your earring.
Yes, I know.
Look at the
It's-
size of my.
Yes. Yes.
I
can't.
It's because
I don't think you're
listen,
Jewish.
I am Jewish, but I have
No, not with those earrings.
No, I know. But my father is the other kind of Jew. Like there's Jewish, like, get a ring. But then
Yes.
there's the other Jewish, which is my dad, who's a mathematician, who's like,
I don't like that.
you know what I
kind.
mean? I don't, neither did my mother. Neither did my mother.
No, but this is very good because you weren't any chicken when you got married. So that you got married is good.
Yeah, no.
Are you
it
going to
is.
have children?
Yeah, I mean, I think my body needs to be reminded that it can do it. Because you spend your whole life being like, don't get pregnant.
Yes. Yes.
Don't get pregnant. And now I feel like my body's like, oh, fuck, sorry. I
Yeah.
thought okay, so you want to. Okay, you want to. Sorry, I didn't know. I didn't get we got you next time. We're going to do this. So right now I got to change that.
All right. You have guest star. I know we're jumping all over the place.
That's okay.
But you have guest starred in, oh my God, I've seen you in so many things. A New Girl, Family, Curb Your Enthusiasm,
Oh, yeah.
right? Modern Family, my God, just,
Played a lesbian.
yeah, well, that's interesting.
I play a lot of lesbians.
Why?
I think it's my nose.
All right.
I think it's a handsome nose. That's probably why.
You also work with J-Lo.
Uh-huh.
Now, you did what was the movie you did?
Backup plan.
Backup Plan,
Yeah.
which was J-Lo's ass going beep, beep, beep.
Yeah.
That's did you? Rosie
I'm
Perez
schwitzing.
just came out with a book saying how difficult she was, how hard she was.
That's
to
what
work with.
everybody said, and I was terrified, and she was not. You know what I would compare her to is like, she's a little like. Have you ever had cats, or do you hate cats?
Now, I like anything that likes me.
Okay. She's like I would compare her to my cat, because my cat, when people aren't over, my cat is like got its ass in my face and like all over me and just funny and silly and just like, eh. And then as soon as other people come over, my cat acts like it's never met me before in its
Yeah.
entire life. That's a little what J-Lo is like. It's like, and then your cat like throws its ass up in the air and walks out of the room. Yeah, it's like that.
It's so funny when people write, say, what were they like? And you know them in one way and they know them. Who
Yeah.
have you worked with that you've adored and who'd you work with that you were disappointed in?
I've been
Besides
lucky.
me.
No, you kidding? I'm so happy
oh,
to be with
please.
you. I know you're terrible.
Well,
You're
I'm
horrible.
thrilled.
Yeah, it's gonna be a very exciting night. For
I
you.
am so excited. You have no idea. And Melissa's in the house too. So
Oh, so keep it down. Keep it down. You know what I mean? Don't get too excited. Well, let's see. Who have I enjoyed? I enjoy everybody. Paul Rudd,
James Gandolfini.
James Gandolfini. I didn't actually have my scenes with
You had
him.
no
but-
scenes with him?
No, it's
Oh.
Julia. Julia is my favorite.
Is she great?
Is one of my favorites. Oh, she's like an inspiration too. You know, I used to work her on her show, Old Christine, and I was like, if I ever had a show, this is exactly how I would run it, interact. It was just like you just felt so seen and respected, and it was mellow, and everybody clearly loved their job, whether it was crafty or craft service or, you know, executive producers. Everybody was pretty happy. So I think she's like one of the like a real class act, you know. And then there's people like Laura Dern who just blow you away with their acting, you know. Everybody on Trophy Wife for sure. And then who disappointed me?
Anybody? Yeah.
Nobody.
Either disappointed. They
Yeah.
weren't
Like you met him and you're
friendly,
like,
or you thought, oh my God, there's so and so, and they went, hello. You know, that kind of stuff. I get that all the time. Melissa at breakfast. How you doing?
yeah.
I got the banana.
I think the only one who disappointed me is probably, nobody. Honestly, I really can't think of
Great
anybody.
at this point.
I'm lucky. But I think the tides are changing. I think, remember it used to be like a-holes, that was sort of applauded and rewarded all the time. But now I feel like people are just like, there's 95,000 stations and there's a internet, so we don't technically have to work with you. There's so many more people in the world. We're not like beholden to this one jerk. So I feel like people have had to be nicer.
Now, we have 2 sections on this show. Well, actually, we have 3. One is we are giving you the opportunity, Michaela, to look into the camera
Okay.
and apologize to somebody that you kind of did something to. It could be years ago, it could be
Really?
yesterday. And
is
it's just
amazing.
called, I'm sorry.
The first one, I would like to apologize to a guy in my high school who we had these little questionnaires you could fill out, and when you were a senior, like, what's your favorite sport? Who are you going to miss the most? What college are you going to go to? And I thought it would be really funny if there was this really, really, really quiet kid in my class, and I thought it'd be really funny if I put his name under everything. And I think I humiliated him, and I look like a jerk, but I look like a way bigger jerk. But everybody was like, oh, that was really mean to Ray, like Ray Dudek. Like, that was really mean. I was like, oh, I wasn't trying to be mean. I was this like kid who doesn't say anything in my class. I was trying to be like funny, like Ray, because like he's so quiet. And it was such a misfire of a joke, and it wasn't at his expense, but I wasn't trying to make fun of him. But I think to this day he probably was like, what a jerk. So I just want to say I'm really sorry about that.
What was his name?
His name was Ray Dudek.
And where is he?
I have no idea where he is now.
Where was he?
We were at Wellesley High School together.
Okay.
And I always felt really bad for that, because it was like, I wasn't making fun of him, but it seemed like I was, and that was crappy.
Now, who's your second? I'm sorry.
My second was, his name is, it's funny, his name is Patrick, and he's a guy that he was a really sweet guy that I kind of dated on and off, and he's a comedian, a really funny, great guy, and I was just at such a weird place in my life, and we always had a nice rapport, and one day I just never called him again, and I just always felt like such a jerk.
Did he try to call you?
No, and I just was too embarrassed. Like, how do you come back from that? How do you, like, Patrick, I'm so sorry. It's like I was a jerk, and I just didn't know how to dig myself out of the jerk hole.
Okay, very good. Now, conversely, we have another little section called
Cool.
Sit on It and Rotate.
There were these casting directors when I started out here, and I did an audition for them, and they were these 2 women. They were like, like, you're doing this really weird thing with your mouth. Like, what is that thing that you're doing? Yeah. Oh, you're doing it again. What's that weird thing that you're doing with your mouth? Like, it's like your teeth. Like, are you clenching? Are you clenching your jaw? Is that what you do? And it was so humiliating. It was just, It was awful. It was just awful. Oh, I know somebody else. I just thought of it. Oh, this is a real jerk. Okay, I went into an audition once, and right before I started auditioning, this bitch looked at me and said, "You know what? I think we have someone in common. I think you're dating my ex-boyfriend." And I was like, "What?" And I wasn't dating her ex-boyfriend, but I'd gone on a date or something like that. And she was like, so, and she was just, it could not have been more uncomfortable. It was the most uncomfortable time. And then the audition itself was, I had to do this really, really horrible, like, interpretive dance, which I don't even think was in the script. I think she just wanted me to dance. I'm
So
glad
can you
find
say
it
to her,
amusing.
look where I am now?
Look where I am now. I'm in bed with Joan. Suck it.
And I was meeting more.
Suck it. Double suck it.
It's such a pleasure.
It is,
You didn't do me. I wanted you to do.
Oh, did you? What do you want to do? I'm sorry. Okay, we'll do you now. All right. Yes, I remember. I can't. Melissa will be very upset. Very upset.
It's so great. Will you do us the honor and the pleasure of closing the show by doing the double clap, because we do a clapper.
Okay.
So I want to thank you, Michaela Watkins.
Thank you.
So much. Do it one more time.
So I was just in bed with Joan, and I think it went okay. I felt like she was disappointed when I told her I had something and I gave her a penis lollipop. I feel like in a weird way she wished I was going to give her like a puppy or something, you know, like maybe a little disappointed. But so next time I come, I'm going to bring a puppy. That's my takeaway.
I just finished talking to Michaela Watkins, and she's wonderful, and she's from Trophy Wife, and I guess I should be impressed, but I was a trophy wife too, okay? Best in Show, 1907. Rough! Let me know who you'd like to see in bed with me. You can do it by sending me a message on Facebook or Twitter.